Russka by Edward Rutherfurd. This book is respectfully dedicated to those now rebuilding the monastic community of Optina Pustin. Preface. Russka, the place. The two settlements named Russka in this story, the first in the south and its successor in the north, are both imaginary, although a small town bearing this name did once exist elsewhere in former times. Each of these imaginary Ruskas is an amalgam of features drawn from its respective region. In the northern Russka, where the principal action is set, the old town and monastery somewhat resemble, on a smaller scale, the ancient city of Suzdal, where part of the book was written. The magic springs I saw by the old fortress of Izborsk in the northwest. The Bobrov country house is not unlike the country estate of the Pushkin family. Russka the novel. Russka is a historical novel. All the families of Bobrov, Suvorin, Romanov, Ivanov, Karpenko, Popov, and the character Pinyagin are fictitious. But in following their stories down the centuries, I have set them among people and events that did exist or could have. For many reasons, despite the ever-growing fascination with Russia in the West, the history and geography of this huge and sweeping land are only slightly familiar to most readers. Insofar as possible, therefore, I have tried to provide a historical framework for the reader that I hope will be informative without being burdensome. Here and there I have allowed myself some very small telescoping of events to simplify the narrative, but none, I believe, that does violence to history. In an attempt to convey something of the astonishing richness and the special character of Russian culture, I have felt free to draw extensively from the wealth of Russian folklore and literature. The result, for better or worse, is certainly my own. But it is my hope that those familiar with these subjects may find that they recognize some old friends in these pages. Names and pronunciation. There is no agreed system for writing Russian words in English. In each case I have therefore chosen what I believe to be the most familiar, or that which is most currently used. In cases where place names change, I have again used my own judgment. For 19th century Vilna in Lithuania, I have used today's more familiar Vilnius. Present-day Istanbul remains Constantinople throughout the narrative. Summary. This book was originally written in the period 1987 to 1991, in the course of which
Sample complete. Ready to continue?